Hello everybody, my name is Danny Lee, Realtor with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Premier Properties, the Bayou to Beach Group. We focus on new home construction in Brazoria and Galveston County, and we love working with hometown heroes, educators, veterans, first responders, healthcare professionals. Today, I'm going to be telling you what sucks about trying to buy pre-owned homes. We'll get started right now. We're in a very tight seller's market, meaning there are a lot more buyers than there are sellers. The sellers are in the driver's seat and they know it. So the first challenge that we run into is just that limited inventory. Houses that are being priced right are off the market within 24 to 48 hours, and so it can be really hard to even spot the house you might be interested in or to be gone. So that's number one. Challenge number two, competition. If you're a consumer looking to buy a home or a place to lay your head at night, you're competing with a bunch of other people with the same goal. Typically, we see 10 to 20 offers going in on any home that's worth buying. So what that means is that there's one happy buyer that bid the most or was the strongest financially, or for whatever reason the seller took their offer, and there are 19 other people in that scenario that are either frustrated, annoyed, or just flat out pissed off, especially if it's their third or fourth attempt to do that. The third challenge you run into is not consumers but cash buyers. These are investors with money burning a hole in their bank account because they want to do something with their money instead of just, frittering it away to inflation. And so they're going out and they're going head to head offering cash and offering to close faster. So why does that matter? The reason is if a consumer that's going to use a mortgage makes an offer, they'll say, hey, I think I've got a mortgage that's going to work and I'm going to close in 30 to 40 days. The cash buyer will say, I can prove I have cash and I'll close in 15 days. Which one of those offers do you think the seller is going to give the strongest point to? The fourth challenge is that even if you are that top bidder, it doesn't really end there, because in most cases you're the top bidder because you bid more than the asking price, over the list in other words. So for example, maybe the house was listed for $200,000 and you decided that your best bet to win that bid was to offer $210,000, and they accept the bid. That's great. But here's the thing. If you got a mortgage involved, that lender is going to hire a third-party appraiser to go out and say, what is that house really worth? What is the value? So if, say, the appraiser comes back and says, in that case, in that example, it's really only worth $200,000, then who's going to cover the other 10? Maybe you get lucky and the seller might negotiate a bit, but more than likely, because they've got 19 other buyers, they're simply going to say, hey, no problem, come up with the other $10,000 and we got a deal. Otherwise, next. That can be painful. The fifth challenge is really a risk issue. It has to do with the condition of the property and the high dollar items that you have to worry about. Foundation, roof, and air conditioning heating, also called HVAC. So foundation. Hey, Texas has foundation problems where it's just really common here. So it's very possible that this pre-owned home has had foundation repair done before. And maybe it's not quite perfect, or maybe it is, but you don't really know if that house is going to shift some more. So you're then relying upon that foundation company, their credibility, their reputation, whether they're still in business or not, to service that warranty and correct your foundation in the future if there's a problem. Second, the roof. If you're buying a 20-year-old property and the lifespan of that roof was rated for 25 years, well, in 5 years, you're going to need a roof. It's also possible that your insurance company is going to come inspect that roof and demand that you replace it way sooner than you had intended. That's big dollars. So how much money are you going to have to be putting in a bank account every month to save up for that $5,000 to $10,000 to $15,000 roof job? And finally, and probably saving the worst for last, the HVAC system. Those systems are rated for 10 to 12 years. There are some technical things having to do with coolant that's illegal now. And what you really need to think about is if the house is 15 years old and it's an original air conditioner, it's already fully depreciated, it's past its prime, and it's going to fail at any time. So again, how much money are you having to put in the bank every month to save up for that new air conditioner for $6,000 to $12,000 that might fail tomorrow. So those are serious risk concerns when you buy a pre-owned home that don't apply in other cases. Well, we've now covered the pain points of trying to buy pre-owned homes, but there is an alternative. Check out this next video where I will explain why buying a new construction home is a better choice for most buyers.